If Rhode Island towns were people, Newport would arrive wearing a navy blazer. Providence would already know the chef. Warwick would tell you everything is only 15 minutes away. And Scituate would ask you why you think you need neighbors in the first place. Today we're having a little fun and answering a surprisingly important question. Which Rhode Island town best matches your personality? I'm Jeff St. Germain with the St. Germain Real Estate Group. I'm a lifelong Rhode Islander, born in Foster, lived in Warwick, now living in Scituate, and after more than 16 years in real estate, I can tell you something. Choosing a town isn't only about bedrooms, bathrooms, or the price of the house. It's about finding a community that fits how you actually want to live. And before we begin, remember, these are lighthearted generalizations. Every Rhode Islander will disagree with at least one of them. That's half the fun. So let's see which Rhode Island town sounds most like you. Let's begin with Newport. Now, if Newport matches your personality, you appreciate history, architecture, ocean views, great restaurants, and perhaps just a little sophistication. You enjoy walking past historic homes and wondering what it would be like to live there. You probably believe a proper summer afternoon should involve a sailboat, a waterfront drink, or at least a scenic walk along the cliff. Newport offers everything from historic condos and compact homes near downtown to extraordinary estates overlooking the water. But living in Newport is different from visiting Newport. During the summer, you're sharing your hometown with thousands of visitors. Traffic changes. Parking becomes a strategy, and making a left turn may require patience, courage, and possibly divine intervention. But if you want history, activity, walkability, and an unmistakable coastal atmosphere, you may be a Newport person. Now, next we have Providence. Providence is for someone who wants energy, culture, character, and convenience. You like having interesting restaurants, coffee shops, theaters, universities, and events close by. You appreciate historic architecture, but you're also comfortable with something modern, creative, or just a little unusual. Now, in Providence, the neighborhood you choose can completely change the experience. The East Side feels very different from Federal Hill. Elmwood feels different from downtown, and the West End has its own personality entirely. Housing can include historic single-family homes, multifamily properties, lofts, condominiums, and homes filled with detail you simply don't find in newer construction. Of course, city living does come with some trade-offs. Parking matters, outdoor space may be limited, and occasionally your next-door neighbor's definition of quiet evening may differ from yours. But if you love food, culture, diversity of architecture, and having something happening around you, Providence may be your match. Now let's talk about Warwick. Warwick is the practical Rhode Islander. You want to be close to shopping, restaurants, the airport, highways, beaches, and Providence, but you may not need to be in the middle of it. Warwick has a little bit of almost every Rhode Island lifestyle. You can live near the water in places like Connecticut, Oakland Beach, or Warwick Neck. You can enjoy established neighborhoods like Governor Francis Farms or Gaspee. Or you can choose something convenient to Route 2, the airport, or Interstate 95. And whenever someone asks how far away something is, the Warwick resident will confidently say, about 15 minutes. It may actually be 27 minutes, but in Rhode Island terms, that's still 15. Warwick provides a wide variety of housing, including starter homes, capes, ranches, larger colonials, condominiums, and waterfront properties. If you value convenience, central location, and plenty of housing choices, you may have a Warwick personality. East Greenwich is for the person who enjoys a small-town charm with a polished edge. You like a walkable Main Street, you enjoy independently owned restaurants and shops, you want a strong community atmosphere, but you also appreciate being close to highways, shopping, and the rest of the state. You may be equally comfortable grabbing coffee and casual clothes or going somewhere nice for dinner that evening. Housing ranges from historic homes close to Main Street to established neighborhoods and larger properties farther from the village. The trade-off? East Greenwich is highly desirable, and the housing prices often reflect that demand. But if you want charm, restaurants, community, and convenience wrapped into one package, East Greenwich may be calling your name. Now we come to the beach personality. If you keep a beach chair, towel, and cooler in your car from May through September, this section is probably about you. Narragansett is for someone who enjoys an active coastal community with beaches, restaurants, surfing, and that classic Rhode Island summer energy. Charlestown offers a quieter, more natural coastal personality. Beaches, salt ponds, open space, and a slightly lower pace. Narragansett might say, let's meet near the seawall. Charlestown might say, let's go somewhere the tourists haven't found yet. Both communities offer coastal living, but living near the shore brings important real estate considerations. Flood zones, insurance, seasonal traffic, rental activity, salt air maintenance, and proximity to the water can all affect a property. The charming beach cottage you fall in love with during July, it may feel very different during a February nor'easter. But if the ocean is more than an occasional destination, if it's part of the way you want to live, you're probably a South County beach person. Now, finally, we head west. And I'll admit, I know this personality particularly well. I was born in Foster, and today I live in Scituate. If Scituate or Foster matches your personality, you probably appreciate privacy, land, nature, and a little breathing room. You don't need a restaurant on every corner. You may prefer stone walls, wooded lots, country roads, and enough property to create some distance between you and your neighbors. You also understand that rural living comes with responsibilities. You may have a private well. You may have a septic system. Your driveway may require its own weather forecast. And when the power goes out, the person with the generator suddenly becomes the most popular person in the neighborhood. Home in Western Rhode Island can offer larger lots, historic farmhouses, traditional capes and colonials, and properties that feel far removed from the city, even though Providence may still be reasonably accessible. If your dream home includes privacy, peaceful surroundings, and enough land that you can't hear your neighbors sneeze, you may belong in Scituate or Foster. So, which Rhode Island town matches your personality? Are you the historic sophistication of Newport? The creative energy of Providence? The convenience of Warwick? The Main Street charm of East Greenwich? The coastal lifestyle of Narragansett or Charlestown? Or the privacy and open space of Scituate and Foster? Hey, the truth is, there is no single best town in Rhode Island. There's only the community that best fits your budget, your priorities, and the life you want to create. That's why I always encourage buyers to think beyond the house itself. You're not simply purchasing a property, you're choosing your everyday life. If you're considering a move within Rhode Island or relocating here from another state, send me the word home and I'll send you my free Rhode Island buyer's guide. And if you already own a home and would like to understand its current market value, comment value or contact me directly. I'm Jeff St. Germain with the St. Germain Real Estate Group. Please like, subscribe, and share, and let me know in the comments, which Rhode Island town are you? And perhaps more importantly, which town did I get completely wrong? Let's make your next move the right move.